All right, here we go. Playing Quantum 722 Gamer. Now, starts off with e4. Now, since it's 5-0, I have plenty of time to think. Okay, let's play e5 here. Get knight f3. I'm going to go knight to c6. We're going to play standard Spanish here. Plays the Scotch. Okay, now, what I recommend in the Scotch is actually what Charlie or Moist Critical played a lot, which is this bishop c5 line. I think it's probably easiest line to play. Knight f6 is playable, but as a beginner, you want to go for fast development. And when you go here with the idea of queen f6, there are mate threats, there's pressure on the knight on d4, and you can quickly develop your knight and castle your king. So I'm going to go here now. I very likely won't take the pawn on f2, even if he misses it. But the point is about the setup of the pieces and getting your king out of the middle of the board. Now, f3 is not best because what it does, it creates a problem where you can no longer castle the king. So I'm going to take with the pawn, and the reason I captured this pawn is now I can activate the bishop and maybe castle the king this way. It's not only about this and this, I can also go this and that. So there are a couple options. Okay, so he goes bishop d2. Now again, following the general themes here of development, I'm going to go here because the point is I want to castle queenside. If I go to e6 and he moves the bishop, I can't castle due to the queen being on this d1 square. So by going here, I can now castle, and I will. And the problem behind f3 is illustrated now, which is that the bishop stops the king from castling. And yes, this is how XQC lost. So now I'll just scoot the king over and target the pawn on g2. And you'll see that white has problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces undeveloped here. Now he goes bishop b3. Now I could take the pawn, but just to illustrate more themes, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play f5 because the king is stuck here. He can't get the king out. He's got all these pieces in the way. He's got this and this in the way from the king queenside castle, and the bishop stops the king from going this way. So for that reason here, king is very weak. So now I take, and he's going to have big problems here because after we trade, now I've castled the king. Bishop is very well placed. Queen is well placed. Knight is the only piece left to develop. I will develop the knight, and now I'm going to bring the other rook to the center of the board, and white is simply going to lose the game very, very soon. Knight d2. Now, if white could castle here, white would be completely fine, but he's one move short and 5 cents too late. So let's play rook h e8, and the pin plays. And now he will lose the queen, one way or the other. Hikaru, if you become world chess champion, do you think Biden will invite you for dinner at the White House? I don't know, and I don't particularly care, you guys. Let's just take the queen with the knight. And now here I'm going to sack the rook, and again, you've got 1, 2, 3 pieces that are not in the game. It's actually a forced checkmate. It's actually just simply forced. So